Yeah. Well. Oh, funny story. So like, we really try to do our best, and with the quality, and how much content we put out with the podcast, and Silver really loves to procrastinate.
It's a very bad habit of his.
It's a very bad habit.
Here we go.
So pretty much, I won't go into like a lot of detail, but I will go into detail.
In terms of what?
And I will go into heavy detail.
I mean, we record a week in advance, and look at him.
Guilty.
Look at him.
Guilty.
We record a week in advance, and before, he had to edit all everything. It would take him like a week to actually like a week to edit.
Yeah.
Do all the close-ups,
like
put up all the clips and all that stuff. Finally have a new software where he can edit as we record. So he's editing right now.
Yeah.
So now I've saved him. How much time would you say that I've saved you?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Like
Shut
3
up.
days of work.
Like 3 full days of work.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
I will.
So like 3 full days of work. And then so now
I lied.
As soon as we we got this new software, and we're like, okay, hell yeah, we can run with this. We got so much extra time. Everything's streamlined.
Easy.
Exactly. Right?
Buster over here.
This guy texts me, or no, he calls me on, what day did we see Evan Alejandro?
Monday.
So he calls me on Monday at noon. He goes, hey, so tomorrow I'm going to be busy. I'm going to this event, so I'm not going to be able to work on the podcast. So he's talking about Tuesday that he can't work on the podcast, and then we upload Wednesday mornings at 5 a.m. PST. And then, so I'm like, okay, yeah, hell yeah. He's being proactive, even though he should have edited and drafted the night we recorded.
I think there's something wrong with the audio. I can't hear you.
It's fine, but they can. Even though he should have already done it days before, I'm like, whatever, I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's being proactive. He's calling me. He's telling me, okay, what can I do? What do you need from me? And I'm like, well, I need you to edit the episode.
That was done.
And no, it wasn't.
That was done.
Because you asked, and I told you, and you were like,
done.
oh yeah, I'll do it. And so I was like, do that, and then just draft it on YouTube.
And he just has to match
the
audio to the video.
That's all you need. Yeah. We won't go into details.
I'm just saying that's the extent of the editing.
Yeah. He just needs to align the audio with the video, so that our mouths align with the words.
You know how hard that is when you're mumbling?
Oh yeah, really? You know how hard it is when we do the clap thing at the beginning?
Mumbling.
You just need to find the peaks. Anyway.
Peaks and valleys, my God. Peaks and valleys.
I say you guys just get in a ring and just wrestle it out. Like luchador. Like luchador.
Wrestle you. Bella's like, add some mud to that.
Okay.
I just want to see you beat the shit out of each other. I think it would be really entertaining.
Violence.
You want me to kill Silva?
Yeah. We can live stream it and everything.
She's talking about wrestling. You're like, you want me to murder?
Well, it'll probably just end up.
Just fly from the corner. Body slam him.
Like
WWE
like
status.
Mace Windu falling out of the window. The window.
Because I'm the Dark Team, right?
No, I didn't say
Okay.
Whoa.
I had to.
I didn't say that.
It was getting too aggressive.
Hey, not kill you, just to
Bring you to the brink of death.
to where you get it.
To where you learn your lesson.
Do I get a cool robot arm? At the end, probably.
Sure.
Maybe.
Like one of the ones that make out of
her
Lego.
lug is
one that Echo has.
Yeah, like the one with a screwdriver in your fucking nut. Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So he's like, what do you need me to do? So I'm like, okay, yeah, just finish editing the video, export the audio so that can go on the audio platform, and then draft it on YouTube so that it's ready. And then I told him, you don't have to do any of the description. You don't have to do the thumbnail. You don't got to do anything. Once it's drafted, then I can go in on my end and do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, cool. I got it. Yeah. So he's like, cool. All right. So I don't talk to him for the rest of the day because we had plans, and I was trusting, that he had his shit together.
Lied.
Should know better by now.
I lied. I forgot to put it on the. I was gonna do it though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the entire day passes. I don't hear from him. I'm like, this guy. I'm so proud of him. He's hard at work.
Thank you, bro.
He's busy.
He's
I'll
busy.
leave him to
I'm gonna leave him to it.
Man.
Once it's time to go to bed, it's like 12:30.
This was last night?
No.
This is Tuesday night.
This is the beginning of the
story.
story.
Tell the whole damn story.
Yeah, of course. This needs to go on record.
Embarrass him to the point that he does it in the future.
Doesn't do it in the future.
Doesn't do it in the future.
Okay, so this is like 12:30, Monday
I
night.
don't even remember these calls.
Well,
That's how much he cares about the podcast.
yeah. He just calls me so that he's like, oh, well, at least I called.
Called to tell you that I didn't finish.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, literally. So I go on my phone and I'm like, oh, it's 12:30. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check on the drafts so I can like start putting the details. I go on YouTube. Nothing. I'm like, okay. Then I'm sure it's still uploading because it takes hella.
Yeah, it takes
And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check Simplecast.
Right?
Nothing. Right? So I call him.
0 for 2.
Doesn't answer. Call him again.
What time did you call me?
Doesn't answer. At 12:30.
I'm at work.
You're at work? 12:30 a.m.?
Yeah. I clock in at 6:30 and I don't clock out till 3.
Okay, that adds up.
AM is morning,
Just
my friend.
don't
Yeah, 6 a.m.
just,
No,
let,
no,
just
no.
let him.
Yeah.
Just Anyway, I call him, he doesn't answer. So I go to sleep. And then
Oh, night. Well, be more specific. Man.
I was. AM is pretty fucking specific.
We have AM and PM
right?
to differentiate
okay.
the time of day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm on a different time zone.
It's Silva's world, and we're
okay.
just living in
It's
it.
Tuesday.
Exactly.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Okay.
It's Tuesday.
Okay.
I'm stressing because he told me that he was going to some event
Yeah.
that he was not going to be able to, like, he was going to be indisposed all day.
But
Yeah.
then I cancel.
And that doesn't take you out of this.
You're welcome.
Shut up. I'm like
So much
stressing. And then finally he calls me and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, we're home. He's like, okay, well, is it cool if I come over so we can fix all this shit? Because, what happened was he was trying to export it. Because I told him the day when we talked the day before, I told him, I said, when you start exporting the video, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take at least 2-3 hours to export the video. So give yourself time, export the video. And then I told him that the upload to YouTube was going to take probably the same amount of time, if not more. He's like, okay, cool. Right? So then Tuesday, he texts me. I have the text, but I don't have my phone with me. He texts me a picture of his fucking iPad, and it says 64% or 46%. And he's like, and it was at 9 o'clock in the morning. He goes, dude, it's been like this since 6 a.m. So I text back. I was like, that's why I fucking told you. That's why you should have done it yesterday. I was like, I don't feel
Yeah.
bad for you. I was like, and then he goes, I didn't send it for pity.
True.
Oh my
Because
god.
And
you're already giving me
and then
sass,
I
so
go,
was like, bruh.
and then I go, either way, you should have done it yesterday.
Yeah.
And he doesn't text back, right? And then,
I'm at work.
and then after that, that's when he calls me,
Yeah.
and he's like, it didn't work, and my iPad died because I have a shitty charger, and then it like wasn't charging enough, and
It was depleting the battery while it was exporting.
It was, but guess
Yeah.
what? You should have done it at home.
Guess what?
I fucking hate it. So he's like, is it cool if I come over and we can fix this shit? And I was like, yeah, whatever. Just come over, we'll do it. So again, this is the third or fourth episode in a row where I've had to do it all.
Nah.
I edited the first two videos. Shut the hell up. I've edited all of the video. Pretty much all you did for this last episode was align the audio, and I told you exactly what else to do after that. Shut up. Oh my god.
Silva's definitely
Oh my god.
getting an A+ on his performance review.
Yeah.
There's performance reviews.
So he comes over.
You gotta put him back in the closet.
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe some more drywall will help you think better.
Actually, that's what started the problem.
That's what started it? No.
No, it was like fresh start. I was like, oh, I'm getting this shit together, and I was like, oh, drywall, and then it was like, IQ.
I'm pretty sure you've had holes in your brain before the fucking drywall.
Damn.
Anyway.
Wow.
So we fix it, and then so we go to export. Obviously, it's like for
Taking
every
forever.
3 minutes, it was 1%.
Yeah.
So we were like, it's going to take like 3 hours, right? So we go to the other room, we play some Magic. After we're done, we come back, we watch a couple of episodes of something, and then it's done. So I was like, sweet. Well, he had to leave. Once it was done, he had like maybe 20 minutes before, or 20, 30 minutes before he'd leave. So I was like, okay, now we just have to export or extract the audio from the video. So I showed him how to do that because he didn't know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Show him how to do it. So I did that. Export the audio
Where's the cookie
while
tray?
he's in the
Where's
bathroom.
the cookie tray?
While he's in the, I don't need cookies. Remember, we're on a fucking.
True.
Yeah,
how's
how's that competition going?
Actually,
Silva?
I've been doing
Oh, you should ask the
but
3 truffles he
today
fucked up
I
yesterday.
got it unlocked today. Barely. I started taking it seriously.
Well, catch up.
Damn.
Such a friendly competition.
You've depleted my fucking patience.
It's okay.
So he's in the bathroom while it's extracting, and it finally extracts.
I'm extracting something.
That was good. I'll give you that one. Anyway, so we extract the audio and then we upload that to Simplecast. It takes like 30 seconds maybe, and then I draft it and I was like, at least that's done. And I said, your only fucking job now is go home, draft it on YouTube. It's gonna take at least 3 hours. Just leave your iPad on, plugged in, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, cool. So what time did you leave? 9:30?
Something like that.
Yeah, like 9:30. He gets home.
Or 10, 20, 10, 15,
Yeah.
some shit.
Gets home, and then we started doing we watched something.
We
watched
watched
like
like a Netflix episode, and then we watched Bad Batch.
We watched
That came
the
out
first
at
episode of
midnight.
Cabinet of Curiosities, which was really cool, fucking crazy. And
Yeah.
Bella gave up after the preview for the next episode.
Okay. I don't do well with gore, and I have like not a phobia, but like
Kinda.
It's
You
kind of-
like throw up every time.
I mean,
you
I guess
even
it's a
see it or
phobia,
think
but
about
like
it.
I get freaked out by any like neck like cutting or like when you like
Any gore, pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah,
but like
but, like,
specifically
specifically-
that like when you slit
Oh.
someone's jugular like that
Damn.
Yeah.
you drown in your blood like that's fucking disgusting. I can't even talk about
Yeah,
it.
and they do it in every fight scene.
Yeah,
There's
they're
like,
like,
someone
or
that's
like when they like sneak up behind someone and like you don't realize, and then
Yeah.
they just it's just a zoomed in shot of someone's neck.
yeah.
Anyway, so we watched the first episode and it was fine. Like it was creepy, but it wasn't like gory.
No, it wasn't.
But then
one
they
is it?
show like
The Guillermo del Toro one on
the
Netflix.
Cabinet of Curiosities. It's like
I haven't
Cthulhu, or not
seen that
Cthulhu.
one.
It's
Lovecraftian.
Lovecraftian.
It's inspired by Lovecraftian horror and like some of his stories, but also like
mixed
it's
with his
Guillermo
own stuff.
del Toro.
I don't know the name of the show, but they just released. I think I mentioned it once. It's inspired by different Japanese stories, but it's horror,
Ooh.
and it's
Ooh.
animated in like feudal
Really?
Japanese artwork.
That's cool.
It's on Netflix.
It's on
and they're all
Netflix?
horror stories.
Ooh.
We're gonna have to watch
I
that.
might have to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so they're like later on this season, and it's just like cutting between like each episode,
Shot, yeah.
like fast clips, fucking zoomed in shot
Up
from the
here to
clavicle
here.
up, and it's a fucking saw. This guy is alive, like
Bruh.
looking straight forward, and a saw just opens his throat. And I was like, nope.
Well, it was more like a,
Yeah, like, oh my god.
One of those.
Like a sawing motion.
No. It was
Like,
like a...
no, I was like, no.
And she was like, what the fuck?
I was like, you could have recorded that.
How did I know? It was just like
it was so
half a
scary.
second clip.
No, it was, no.
I should have.
Literally, I get like...
So yeah, anyway.
So we're not watching it anymore because that traumatized
She doesn't know what episode that is.
On Netflix, right?
I mean, I guess we can
It's really
figure out
okay.
what episode it is, but
First episode, amazing, really good, very Lovecraftian, very like.
just like, why you got it?
Why the neck?
Why the neck?
Anyway, okay.
Long
Back
story
to the
short,
other, the real world demon that is
Silva. So this was like what 1:30
So yeah, at
a.m.
So okay.
Middle of the night.
Okay,
for Silva,
stop.
Since he doesn't know what that means.
Yeah. So he goes home and then he texts me, okay, I'm like drafting the video, whatever. And he couldn't use his iPad because it's drafting. So we watched Bad Batch. It was like 12:30 after we were done. And then we were still doing some things on the phone. So we like headed to bed at like 1:15. And I'm still checking on the draft and it's not done, like uploading the SD version. Yeah. And so I texted him. I can't remember what I texted him, and I was like, is it all good? But he pretty much, I knew he passed out. I was like, whatever. He texted me right as I'm about to like drift off into like REM sleep. Yep. And he's like,
Silva timing.
Yeah, perfect. He's like, oh, can I call you? And I'm like,
yeah, I woke up in a daze. I was like, holy fuck.
And I see like Arakel's phone light, and I'm like, motherfucker. Like one eye open, like this fucking.
So, but because I was like, oh shit, is it good or is it not? I checked the title, and it was saying error because I had one small dash. But as soon as I took off the dash, it like blipped, and freaking. It updated kind of, right? So it had the description you had already put in the description.
Yeah, I had already done everything.
But I was at the point where like I just woke up, that thing blipped, it was updated, and I'm like, do I close or not? Like I felt like if I would have closed, it's like it would have deleted all the progress because it still wasn't the initial window. It was like next to.
Yeah. Okay. Besides the point is, we got it all taken care of, and. The next morning, or this morning,
yeah.
I go check and everything uploaded fine and it was working great. I was like, hell yeah, awesome. So I text him. I was like, hey, everything's good. Everything's fine. It uploaded all, without any issues. And he texts back immediately. He's like, hell yeah, with like the hands up. So I text him back immediately because I was going to tell him this last night because we were dealing with it was all chaos and whatever, and this was at like 9 a.m. that I texted him, and I was like, hey, just real quick. And the only reason I asked him for this was because the night before he told me, yeah, I'm gonna be at work, but I'm gonna sneak and watching the new episode of Bad Batch while I'm at work when I have time. So I was like, okay, this guy can multitask, which he usually can. Usually, 99.98%.
I don't know if it's multitasking. I think it's just ADHD.
Yeah, true.
Nah. Sometimes it fucking varies. So
it's a mix of both.
Either way, let me finish.
Go ahead.
This has been the story for now, like 20 minutes. So I text him back immediately, and I'm like, hey, real quick, when you have a second, and preferably within like the next hour, because this literally would only take at most 3 minutes, and I know this because I do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, just get me a clip so that, because we need to be able to post the clips on social media so that we can be like, hey, new episode of the podcast is out, right? And we usually post those at like 12 because that's like when our best engagement is, that's when our engagement is at its best.
Yes.
So I was like, hey, can you just send me from hour 13 to hour 16, just cut the beginning and the end upload that to the Google Drive, and then I'll take care of it. I texted him back immediately, so he saw it,
In the morning.
but didn't open it.
No.
Sure.
Okay.
So look at it. So he doesn't text back. I'm like, okay, great. It is now 12:30. No. He does text back. You were right. He does text back, but he goes, I have break at 11:30. That's all he says.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you go take a shit for like 3 minutes and then just do it?
Apparently,
I have an
Arakel
appointment
thinks I have
with the bathroom.
instant access to the bathroom, and I don't have to walk through my boss, a different department's boss, 3 different VPs, with a tablet in my hands, and be like, "Let me just sit down in this toilet."
Bro,
I'm gonna
okay,
go watch
okay.
some
I'm gonna be hearing
Look,
audio
I don't-
from this bathroom.
I don't-
for like quick 3 minutes, and I'm gonna walk out of this bathroom with like a 17-inch tablet. Hi guys, I'm just gonna go back to my workstation. Nah, 'cause
You know how many
nah.
times he's told me about like how he's like, yeah, me and my manager
That
we
was
just hang
week-
Like,
out.
we're super
Yeah.
chill.
And, like,
Like,
yeah,
let's
that
do
was
watching
whatever
shit.
as
That
long as I
was
get my work
week
done.
3, week 2. I've been there 5 months already in that job, dude. Like,
What do you mean?
Okay.
So they were more lenient when you first got there?
when I first got there, because I hadn't much shit to do.
This was
I
like
in
last week.
training.
You told me
I
about
was-
this last week that you guys were just like hanging out watching
during
clips
break, dude,
and that.
during breaks. This is
Oh my
30-minute
god.
breaks.
Anyway,
out of
anyway,
8 hours.
anyway.
He's talking
You said
about recess.
you said I got break at 11:30.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So I didn't bother you, but I said I was like, you sure you can't go take a shit for 3 minutes, like just real quick, because he was like, I'm gonna watch Bad Batch during while
I
I'm
watch
at
it?
work. Either way,
Okay.
either way,
Okay.
either way.
Okay.
Either way, you know how important this is. You're like, when are we gonna start the Patreon? When are we? And then he's like, he doesn't fucking do the 2 tasks I ask him to do. And look, so I'm like, okay, well, we can't post about the new episode without the clip. So I was like, I just literally on the Photos app cut the beginning and the end. This is all I need. And he's like, and he doesn't say anything. It is then 12:30, 12:45, and I text him. I was like, hey, did you go on break? Because there's nothing on the Google Drive.
Yeah.
Doesn't respond. And then I'm like, okay, just
Guess
so you
that's a
know,
no.
it's fine. Whatever. It was already like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, we just can't post about the new episode.
Yeah.
And then he texts me back and he goes, oh, sorry. Like, they had me do this crazy shit. Right. And I was like, it's fine. And he's like, here, I'm uploading it. I'm like, cool. Finally. It was like 2:30.
Yeah.
I download it. I press play. 3 seconds go by. Video's over. Video is over. And I was like, what the fuck? And I look, and it's only 3 seconds long. And I'm like, maybe something happened while I was downloading it.
Silva.
So I go on the Google Drive. I look. I press play in the Google Drive. It's 3 seconds long. This fucking idiot goes. He clipped the minute and 13 second to a minute and 16 second, and didn't think, that's odd.
That's a short clip.
He didn't think, that's odd. I may have made a mistake here. He thought, that's weird, but Arakel made the mistake. He can deal with that.
Exactly.
I'm just going to upload what he told me to upload instead of asking, hey, did you
Is the
mean?
clip
Or
3 seconds
not even
long?
asking, going back to the fucking text and seeing that it was an hour 13 to an hour 16. And I know how he thinks because he's always like, I didn't fuck up. He fucked
Yeah.
up.
Exactly.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you.
This is why we
okay.
need
A 3
the
second
luchador
clip.
match.
What did we?
It's because
I need answers.
on the clip, because I didn't do it
Because
on the,
he read 13 seconds, not 13 minutes.
No, because in the instrument, what is it? Clip Studio, it shows you milliseconds. So when I was sliding it, it said 1, 13, and it showed the milliseconds, and I put that shit to 0, and I was like,
I would.
oh, that's why.
Okay, look,
That's
I would forgive you.
I would.
Except
forgive you.
I
okay.
fucking told you to do it in the Photos app like 3 times.
It's okay.
It's okay. Arakel. It's okay.
Got that.
We
I'm
posted
forgiven?
it at
Yeah, you're
6
forgetting.
o'clock.
you.
When did it actually go up?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
It's supposed to go up at 12. The episode goes up at 5 a.m. So posting it at 12 is already late.
Yeah.
But we post at 12 because that's where our engagement's up. And then.
Oh.
So this is why.
What are we gonna do with you?
No fucking FIFA.
Huggies.
No fucking Magic.
Huggies.
None of that shit until they're drafted.
Okay, Dad.
Why do you think I want it to be this?
Exactly something a dad would say.
Or you could just do
Or
what
you
you
think
need
I
to
want
do.
this?
You think you could just do what I fucking ask you to do?
No, that'd be.
It would be.
Remember, he lives to upset you. So why is he gonna do
Well,
what you
it
need
only
on time?
hurts-
It's only been like that for like the past 8 years.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
This
our
is on
listeners
you
appreciate
for
it.
not anticipating him.
Exactly.
This is
Thank
your
you.
fault.
Thank you. But I know you need these periodical rants like once a year. Surprisingly,
Once a
it's
year, it's been once an episode, bro. It's
no, it's been once a year, and then but yeah, it helps.
So
Let me zoom in.
going forward,
There you go. Here's your face.
Silva is going to prepare everything the night we record,
Oh,
not
so
yeah.
right
the
after
day
this.
before.
Yeah,
Right after this, he's sitting his ass down.
or standing up.
I don't care if
We
you
need to
stand
get
up
like
or you're
you know how
fucking.
there's like horse blinders? They're like the little
Nah.
like goggles so they can't see the horses on the left and the right.
Mhm.
We need to get him some of those, so he focuses.
Pinche animal. Fucking.
Whatever we need to do to help you, we will do it.
Help me, help you.
Jabba the Hutt on Pizza Hut.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's my story. He gave me a 3-second clip.
I give that 3 stars.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that highlight. If you want to check out another one, you can click here, or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click here. You can also go down below to subscribe and keep up with us throughout the week, and we'll see you in the next one.